But right here on the Ferguson Literary Hour, we getting it first. So when you cut on HBO and you see The Last Kingpin on it, you can tell them you heard it here first.
That's right.
I got
the other movie that's being worked on that the screenplay is done is Push. LL Cool J is playing the lead role for that, and he has a distribution in line already, so that's going to be a major motion picture as well.
That's what I'm talking about. A brother making it happen.
Yes.
Yes.
That's 4 years out of prison, by the way. I forgot to mention.
So if I did it, throw that in there. 4 years out of prison,
I did it,
top of the world.
If I did it, anybody could do it. You don't need to do prison time to do it. If I did it, you can too.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. But like I said, congratulations on everything that you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything. But you also have aligned yourself with some major league, clothing lines and things, like South Pole and Mecca.
Actually, South Pole was the second allegiance that I had. Mecca was first. Mecca was first. Then came South Pole. Now I'm with G-Unit Clothing, which I think has a larger following and can sustain because of the various factors. I think they'll have they'll sustain more. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on with the branding and rather the sponsorships.
Okay. So now speaking of G-Unit.
Right.
Speaking of G-Unit, tell me about this new book with you and 50 Cent, man.
Well, 50 was looking for hired guns. My agent was brokering the deal. My agent is Ian Kleiner. He had been, I guess, looking for deals for me, and 50 came along. He's looking for hired guns, the best writers in the industry. So he grabbed up people like Nicky Turner. He grabbed up Quan. He grabbed up Kay Elliott, Mark Anthony, a bunch of other authors, and I happened to be one of the crew. I already had, of course, dozens of books written, so it was very easy for me to walk in with a book completed. But the bigger allegiance between 50 Cent and I is that I'm managed by the same manager. I'm probably I'm the only author with Violator Management, which is the top hip-hop management company in the world. They manage 50 Cent, Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, DMX, and others. And so I say that to say we see each other in the office. I have now an allegiance with G-Unit Clothing, and I also have an big allegiance with Vitamin Water. So here's to a lifetime supply of vitamin water. I don't think you could go wrong with these tigers that I'm riding, and I've already proven my girth in the business. I've proven my sustenance by I guess the impressions and my mojo in the streets, and so I think that they respect that. They pulled me in, and I'm riding with the tigers now, as I said.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I said, man, you've aligned yourself, man, with some heavyweights.
Yeah,
you're doing it big.
You got to. I feel I'm a king, and I feel that the people that I deal with should be kings. I don't go. Most often, I'm not dealing with people that are in betweens. I deal with CEOs. 'Cause I'm a boss. I deal with bosses. And I think I earned that, not just by writing a whole lot of books, but writing some of the best books on the planet. And I welcome the haters to give it a taste too, because they wouldn't know unless they read, a variety of my work. A lot of times they pigeonhole me into being this street fiction or this hip hop fiction or what have you. But ultimately, I write about the human experience, and I become one of the best at it.
I mean, one thing like you said, you're one of the best at it. I mean, how many other authors out here? I mean, how many other, African American authors out here, that's doing what you do and write what you write, could have your own segment on ABC News.
Right. I think that's very telling. I think that the news really, and the newspapers and the magazines and all the stuff that I've done is really it's like a tale of the tape in our culture. Like you know, back in the day, it might have been banging drums. You know what I'm saying? If you did something productive, they were banging drums. But today, in our culture, it's about press, and if that press accepts you, then it's like as if the world accepts you. And it's unfortunate that that's not that way, and that my talent doesn't ride on its own merits. But that's just the way it is. You have to reach for large audiences. The way to reach large audiences is through interviews and through television and radio and the mediums that are out here. That's how Martin Luther King became really big. He came big because TV just happened to come to really color TV. TV just started to get a grip on the world. You know,
right.
People really recognized, but they didn't recognize like a Medgar Evers who had been doing this thing. They didn't recognize like people before King and there were others before King. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's one of the biggest. He's one of the front runners, more of the first mover as it relates to people seeing him in the media. So I'm kind of doing that. You know, kind of following in his footsteps, and I'm kind of carrying the torch.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. You're definitely doing your thing. You know, you are definitely doing your thing. You know, like I said, you know, I went on your website, you know, and I saw the ABC, you know, news thing they did on you.
Which website is that? You mean RelentlessAaron.com?
that website.
Okay.
That website, the RelentlessAaron.com website. That's the one I saw that on.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, I was on RelentlessAaron.com and saw the ABC thing on there, and I'm gonna tell you what, it surprised me because you know, you always hear about people, you know, they sell their books on the street and they doing their thing, and that's great. But what really tripped me out the most was that your street team, right, was out there, and they was even able to accept credit cards.
Right.
That blew me away when I saw that. I mean,
yeah, I'm taking that on buses and trains and everything. It's just a sign of the times. You really have to do things that are above the rim, and that's the only way. You have to think outside of the box. You have to do things that other people are not doing, and that's what I feel I've done by bringing in